Hey guys, we are back for another video. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you are notified when we upload, and also hit the thumbs up if you are enjoying the content. And as always, let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments. So, guys, I wanted to jump on here to give some last minute statement with regards to this Jeezy and this Jeannie Mai divorce filing. Again, if you guys been sleeping under a rock, you already know that Jeezy did file for divorce. And us content creators have been trying to figure out what the heck had happened. And honestly, everybody from every angle have been coming at Jeannie Mai and pretty much blaming her for the marriage. But you know what, guys? I have another twist to this, and it's been sitting in our face the whole entire time. But we have tried to protect and uphold yet again another black man, although we saw the signs the entire time and we misjudged this lady and came up with every theory under the sun when we already knew who we were dealing with in the very beginning. So let's jump into it, and we're going to come back to talk about it.
You get with somebody, they're supposed to love you for who you are. And you're not supposed to change for love.
Yeah.
Because love is about acceptance. And if you have to change for love, then it's not the right person for you.
Right.
But you changed a lot.
A lot. I don't agree with that school of thought because I don't expect somebody to change for me, but I want them to grow and to become better versions of themselves for them. Like my favorite quality in a person that I think is so attractive is self-awareness. I love when someone's self-aware to be like, you know what? That was kind of narcissistic of me, or that was kind of selfish of me, or that, and then whatever you see when you call that out, do what you got to do in order to kind of grow out of that, or stop, or draw a boundary between you and that person. For example, I have a really hot temper. Not a lot of people know this, but it's just something in my family. I've seen it in my grandmother. Saw it in my grandfather, to my grandmother, to my mom, to my aunts, to me, right? But I didn't notice it in myself until I was with Jezzy.
Interesting. You didn't notice in your previous marriage?
No, because it has to do with the type of relationship you have and the type of respect you have for that person to mirror things back to you, where you actually would stop you in your tracks and evaluate yourself, you know?
So you had it.
So I had it, but nobody ever called me out on it. Also, in my line of work, sometimes being a boss isn't so great for you because you have a lot of people who just agree to what you want. They're yes men, right? And so I didn't notice that I had a hot temper until I got with Jeezy. And here's a person who is my equal and I really respect. And when I would spew some of my old habits, and he was like, like, who? That's not flying here. And also, it would trigger him to come back at me with things where I was like, who the fuck do you think you are? But I was triggering him. So through work, we learned that we both have certain habits that to the everyday person, from friends, family, fans, they'll never see it. But to the person who loves us deep enough, you can press that button and boom, the dragon comes out. And we both have it. So we had to work on that. But he never told me to fix my temper. I just saw it and I thought, unless I want to stay in this place where I lose this person I love and I stay in my comfort zone of doing what I want to do and function the way I have for the last 40 years when nobody else had to stop me.
Which obviously has done quite well for you.
Right, I could have. But this was something greater that I wanted, and also a great challenge to myself to say, what if, now that I know it exists and the dragon's there, what if I got rid of that? How do I kill that dragon or store it in its place so that it never creates havoc in my life? And that took work. So for me, I think I don't want somebody who doesn't change. I want you to change and grow, if it means growing into an even better version of what I fell in love with.
There is this theory, it's called the self-expansion theory, and it essentially says that humans are unique to other animals in that rather than just needing the basics of food, water, shelter, safety, belonging, we also need achievement. And that's what makes us different. So we are just as driven to find somewhere safe to sleep at night as we are to get up in the morning and strive for something.
Yes.
So when we're in a relationship, it's an opportunity for achievement because you can learn something else. You see the world broader. You have
I
a new
love
circle.
that.
So we are.
When you're in a relationship, it's an opportunity for achievement.
Yes.
That is why I'm in my relationship. You just nailed.
This is what I would like to say. And I know I'm guilty of this, and I'm going to check myself about this. As Black women, we are so conditioned and mentally trained that when something happens to a Black man, we're not even looking at the facts. We're just jumping and looking for or to attack the other person. In this situation, um, it was Jeannie Mai because we didn't consider the facts at all. We didn't look at his background. We didn't look at his multiple baby mamas. We didn't look at his bandit behavior. We didn't look at the other women, single mothers that he had fathered children by and has never married any of those women. Okay? We didn't look at any of that. And I have to check myself for the way that I obviously thought, because I didn't even realize that I was actually watching another YouTuber's video, and it started bringing it to my attention when I heard her speak. And that's why I love about YouTube, because I learned so much. So let's get into the misinformation here. I'm noticing even with Jeannie Mai, I have never saw any of these bad videos about her until now. So I'm wondering, is this someone on Jeezy's camp that is out pushing these false narratives to try to smear her name? As you guys do know, with his last relationship, he did say some pretty terrible things about his other baby mother. So let's level the playing field here, and let's jump into some facts. Okay? It was stated that, and this is coming from someone that is close with the couple, that pretty much that Jeannie Mai wanted to be in a, well, she likes to live her life on social media pretty much. Let's just sum it up like that. But here's the deal. Jeezy pursued Jeannie Mai. Remember, she was on the reel and he kept coming to the show. So he pursued her. So the fact that she lived her life on social media was something he had already knew about her. So he knew this already. This is not new information, right? So did he pursue Jeannie Mai because he wanted to be with a woman of another race, because that would change his image and he would look more accomplished? Think about it. He wrote his book, right? All of a sudden, he's on the New York bestsellers list, whatever you want to call it. He looks like a family man. And now all of a sudden, he files for divorce. So you want to divorce your wife because she lives her life on social media? That is what she was doing when she met you. So wouldn't that be a conversation? I'm just saying. Then the situation with Jeannie Mai's mom. So the twist with the mother situation, the mom lived with her prior to her living with Jeezy and them getting married. So, wouldn't that have been a conversation if you had a thought, or maybe you didn't want the mother to live with you guys once you decided to get married? Why would this be all of a sudden, and then now that is part of your reason for a divorce? The issue with walking a daughter to school, okay, I get it. It can be a security issue, but is that really a reason to just want to divorce your wife? And guys, these are papers. I'm looking at my notes. Do not come in my comments telling me that I'm smacking. I type on my computer when I'm talking, so please get it together. So I'm just looking at my notes. This stuff is not adding up, with the reasons that we have been given with regards to why he wants to divorce her or why the marriage is just broken. And I believe as content creators, we rush to judgment because generally if a man files, something major had to happen. But I don't think we're dealing with a regular male here. We're dealing with a bandit. We are going to call Jeezy a bandit for the sake of this particular video. Okay. So in the clip that I just showed, Jeannie Mai talked about her anger. But again, I'm coming back because I believe that video was misinterpreted. And let me just tell you why. Jeannie Mai was previously married. What she stated was Jeezy brought out her anger issues. So, you know what that means? And my ladies, I know you can speak to this. We've been in relationships with men that certain things have never come up. And if you haven't, I know I have. I've been in a relationship with a man where I've never had to raise my voice. I've never had to feel like I had to defend myself. I never felt like I needed to check his ass. But I have also been in relationships with dumb Negroes. I've been with a few bandits, men that don't want to take responsibility, men who have children by various women, liars, men that do not commit to anybody. Um, I've come across those type of men. And you can be the sweetest person. You can be the sweetest person. You can be submissive. You can be all of that. But some of them Negroes will make you check the F out of them. So I believe Jeannie Mai, I think she was being very sincere when she stated that Jeezy brought it out of her because keep in mind, she had been with a white man, right? So that probably never came up. But when she got with him, it was something else going on because, hey, she noticed that she had an anger issue. So that tells you something right there. Because again, relationships do teach you about yourself. So I believe this was a learning moment for her to learn about herself. But also, the flip side about it is this relationship brought out something in her that she didn't think she had. And y'all, we got to call this for what it is. This man is in his late 40s. Now, would this be the fourth baby mother or the third baby mother? I don't think it matters because he has never committed to nobody. And sources is saying 2 years is his time. Like he can't be in a relationship past 2 years, but he's out making children and he done made another baby mama. This is disgusting. For the things that is stated as far as what is not working in a relationship, this man does not want to work on his relationship to the point that he would rather divorce. So what is he going to do? Go make another baby mama? Just like we talked about Jeannie Mai's, stuff we found on the internet about her. Let's see what the internet is saying about Jeezy. Okay, guys. So what I have up as I stated, we looked at, some things that was related to Jeannie Mai. We're talking about Jeezy on this video. So Jeezy refers to one of his children's mother as a bitch. In this particular article, he was arrested for beating his own son and then blamed the mother and called her a bitch as if it was her problem that he beat his own son. So let's get into it. Let's get right into it. So this article, it says young Jeezy says he did not brutalize his son and make terroristic threats against him, and claims the whole thing was set up by his, oh my gosh, gold digging greedy baby mama who got him arrested. Oh boy. Sources connected to Jeezy tells TMZ, the rapper and his 17-year-old son Jadarius did indeed get into a nuclear argument. Oh wow. In September 2012, but it never turned really violent. We're told it started when Jeezy told the teenager he had turned into a punk kid with an attitude and he didn't want the kid staying at his house. Now, this is what he told his own child. I mean, you told him that he was a punk kid and you don't want him to stay at your house, but this is your son. So let's keep reading. Our Yeezy sources, I said Yeezy, I'm sorry. Our Jeezy sources say Jadarius became belligerent and the two started screaming at each other. Jeezy claims he never hit, choked, or dragged his son, but admits he shoved him to the ground when Jadarius got in his face. As for the terroristic threats, Jeezy is accused of telling Jadarius, I will kill you. I will put, ooh, oh, y'all know, a pow pow in your head right now. The rapper claims all he said was something to the effect of, I, I brought you into this world and I can take you out of it. Okay, our sources claim at the bottom of it all, Tynesha Dukes, whom they say is brainwashing the son against his dad and is trying to squeeze every penny they can from Jeezy. Let me kind of explain something to y'all. That brainwashing stuff, yeah, everybody is not brainwashing their sons or their daughters. But that is a typical response from an irresponsible parent, because as a father and as a mom, you have rights. So I'm not sure what the situation was, but I can tell you. It doesn't, let me see if it says it in here. I actually have another article, but he actually went to jail for this, and I'm going to tell you, it doesn't say it in this article, but I have another one. He was actually arrested for this. He was arrested and received a $45,000 bond once he turned himself in. Excuse me. So he actually had to go to jail based on this. So again, because we dug in on, Jeannie Mai's, background, I said it's only fair that we, you know, talk about his background. And this is not the first thing that, he has done in his life, as you guys already know. So he was also affiliated with BMF. And for those of you who may not know, that stands for Black Mafia Family. That was a criminal drug trafficking and money laundering organization that Jeezy was very affiliated with. He was a part of it. That is how he got his big break into the music game. So, what I want you guys to keep keep in mind that this dude is not perfect. So pointing the finger at a lady who had no children prior to getting with this man with his already made families that he has not committed to any woman is a mistake. We cannot blame her. And this is the reason why these men are able to rip through the community and make baby mama after baby mama. Because listen, he was not even marriage material. He wasn't marriage material. He has too many children by too many women. And he's still doing the same thing. The only thing that has changed with him is he's making his money legally. He doesn't respect women. He doesn't respect women. So, what I want you guys to remember is who we're dealing with. So, Black women, because I know you're going to be in the comments, before you comment, I want you to check your mental and ask yourself, why would you defend a man who pretty much made his money by calling Black women bitches and hoes, and now he have his preference, right? So he created a whole different preference, and he trying to divorce her. So this man, he's not committed. He's not committed to anybody but himself. I just read an article to you guys. I put it on the screen. He didn't even want to deal with his own son. So there's other factors here. We can't just blame her because this dude is no saint. He's no saint. At his big age, he's just married and now wanting to divorce her because he has commitment issues. This Negro been in the streets too long. He's still very much street, saying that he can't trust his own wife. Well, he didn't come out and say he didn't trust her, but in the previous video that I uploaded, he was being interviewed and said that he didn't trust anybody. He said it repeated times, and to finally the interviewer said, "You don't trust your wife?" And then he changed. But the fact of the matter is, this Negro don't trust nobody. And when he said that, he meant it. So very much street. So I'm about to end this. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Again, before you comment, check your mental, because I had to do the same thing before I made this video. And I was sticking up for this dude, and I had to really check my way of thinking. Like, hold on, hold on, hold on. So again, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.